Bonjour.
Hello.
How be?
Hey,
Hey, hey.
I'll be in a bit, boys and girls. Uh,
What
just
you been
checking
in
the
a bit?
sound in.
You're already in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be somewhere else, then I'll be back, and I'll be gone again.
Yeah,
Just
no worries.
want to see what's going on.
Sorry, I'm gonna have a discussion with Crow about, I don't know, vegetables, I guess.
Vegetable starter is he?
Yeah, he is. He is. He wants
Hmm.
to argue that we must all stab vegetables in the face needlessly when you don't have to.
Twisted, can I ask you the thing you know I'm going to ask you?
It's about 8.5 inches. Do you want to ask it me again later, maybe? You can DM
Yes.
at me if you want. Okay. Peace out. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Alright, man, no
See.
worries.
Yeah. See.
I am Sid.
No,
The
you're
fuck is
not.
going
You're not, Sid.
on? True. I do have my doubts these days.
Yeah, no, there's not much going on. We're waiting for Crow. I think he, or potentially she, I'm not actually sure, will be in shortly. Wanted to have a discussion about veganism, so let's see what comes of that.
I hope it's a she.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I just tend to assume that people are he on the internet,
I'm
but
gonna
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have.
bet it's a he.
Could be. I don't know. Name like
Oh,
Crow.
he's in the room or she's in the room. Crow,
Ah,
speak.
there you
Are
go.
you a female or a
Yeah, it's
male?
I'm a he him. So
All right,
Fuck.
welcome, Crow. How you doing?
yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Thanks.
So what's up? What do you want to talk about?
Well, you asked me
You're the
if I
one.
wanted
That
to have a discussion, so you said it was about veganism. So what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I basically I'm wondering why you well you said you're not vegan, right?
I'm not vegan. That's right.
Why?
Well, why should I be?
I just think that it's I guess I don't want to get too much into like the terms like right or wrong, but I guess it's just more morally justifiable to not kill animals for food.
Right.
I could start out with NTT. I'm sure you're familiar. So, premise one.
I'll warn you. I am very familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Premise one. There is no trait that is true of animals that, if true of humans, would make it morally justifiable to kill them for food. Premise two.
I
Eating meat
reject
promotes.
premise one.
Premise two. Eating meat promotes negative utility as a form of commodity consumption. Conclusion. Eating meat is unethical.
I reject premise one.
Okay.
And
hey,
also,
reject premise
which
two as well.
iteration? Hang on a second. So, like, this is open to everybody, but just hang on 1 second. Which iteration of NTT is that? Is that
Uh,
that's not version 5, is it?
yeah. I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. Can you elaborate?
Well, yeah. I mean, NTT has gone through various modifications over the last, I don't know, say 2 years or whatever, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it being modified, but can you? Do you want to put it in VC text? Are you okay with writing it out?
Sure.
Or you can like copy paste it if it's somewhere like if that's easier, whatever.
No, I'm not
That just
taking it.
sounded way too simple for NTT, but go on.
All right. I'll start with another premise then. Do you want me to start with a thought experiment?
Well, I mean, I already rejected premise one of the iteration that you did give, but it's going to be easier if it's written out so that we can like have it on the screen.
Yeah.
Boss, you could have rejected the second one as well. You just
I
didn't
could, but
read
if I
it.
reject the first one, the second one's irrelevant, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, true. True. But it would be fun.
Well, it's going to be fun anyway because this is a discussion that Crow wanted to have, so it's always fun discussing veganism.
I was honestly just waiting for you to refute NCTs just for my knowledge.
Sure, and I'm more than happy to do that, but it needs to be under
Because I
the
don't think this is
understanding
gonna
that I
be like
have
formal.
of NT. Can you just wait for me to finish? You'll get plenty of time to speak, dude. Like, chill. Like,
I'm just wanted to clarify something. This isn't
mhm.
formal debate, as you said. This is a
Yeah.
discussion, right? So so I don't understand the
Well,
need
you
for
you you wanted a discussion. That's what you asked for, right? So that's what we're
yeah, and you
having.
agree, right? You agree,
Yeah.
but you're not really saying it. You're not discussing anything with me.
Well,
Well,
because we're
yes, we are. We're
preparing.
discussing NTT. I'm just asking. You don't have to post it in the chat if you don't want to. I just asked you if you would.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna post in the chat. I just explained like
Okay,
my
give me
premise.
premise one again then.
There is no trait that is true of animals that, if true of humans, would make it morally justifiable to kill them for food.
False. Wrong.
Okay.
I reject premise one.
Substantiate it now. That's what he's asking, dude.
Because there are traits, right? Because NTT is not a single trait demand. It can be multiple traits. You agree so far? Yes, presumably.
Sure.
Right. So there are traits that I could name in the animals that I kill and eat for food that, if present in humans, would make it permissible to kill humans, and it is neither inconsistent nor absurd. And as per Ask Yourself's own definition of NTT, he intends for it to be a sorting mechanism to divide people into one of two categories. First category is inconsistent. Well, you definitely aren't going to get me there. The second category is consistent but absurd, and you won't get me there either.
But what relevance does that hold to morality?
What do you mean? What the fuck does that mean? You asked me to name the trait. I'm telling you I can name the trait in the animals that I think it's permissible to kill and eat. You
Go
brought
on.
the argument, dude, so don't pretend that it's me talking shit.
No, I'm just letting you explain yourself.
I
Name
have just explained
cows.
myself.
Cows. I think
Well, I wouldn't go to
want
cows,
example.
but you can go to cows if you want to.
Well, cows are a different species of mammalia, and we as a human and Homo sapiens do not eat any animal of the Homo genus, and therefore, as we are mammals, and a lot of mammals eat other mammals, I think it's morally justifiable for the genus Homos to eat any other genus. And cows are not Homos. That's one example.
Well, there you go. He named the trait. It isn't how I would answer the question, but he's named the trait. Are you satisfied now?
Yeah, sure. We can move on.
You are satisfied. So
Well,
no more name the trait, right? Name the trait is done now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to move on to?
All right. So can I present a thought experiment to you, SD?
If you like.
All right. So imagine that you're about to enter the world, and you're currently behind a veil of ignorance. You're about to enter the world as a thing, an object. You could be any object in the world. You have no idea what you're going to be. So now design society. Philosophically speaking, the particles that constructed your being really could have gone to anything else in the universe just as easily. Knowing that you could be a brick, would it make you want to prevent bricks from being used in construction? If you were a brick, you wouldn't know anything / feel any pain. It shouldn't bother you at all. But would you mind being a chicken? A factory farm chicken?
So you're coming in with Peter Singer arguments.
Are you going to answer the question, or I mean, I just asked you a question.
Sure, I asked you one in return. You can just tone it down a notch, all right? I haven't been aggressive to you.
So we're pivoting already. All right. So again,
No,
would you mind
we're not pivoting. If you want me to rip you a new one, I can do that, right? And everybody in here will fucking laugh at you, or we can have a
go
good
ahead.
discussion like we intended to have, yeah? You have the gall to
Yeah.
accuse other people in here of being bad faith actors, and you think you're going to
Well,
come
you're
in
being
here
bad
and
faith right
fucking
now by not
wreck
answering the
me?
question. You're not answering the question. You're
yeah,
not
he
answering.
would.
That's
Jesus
fine. You can
Christ.
laugh, but you're not
Right,
answering the question.
okay, you've already conceded on NTT, yeah?
I
Right?
brought up NTT because you wanted to talk about
No,
NTT. did you not?
you brought it up first. Do you want me to post it in the chat? You brought that up first,
But
not me.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You still wanted to talk about it, right?
No, you
Yeah,
wanted to
sure.
talk about it. I agreed to humour you on it. What I posted is that in response to you was that NTT can be easily dealt with if you have a position like mine, right?
All right.
You then
yeah,
replied by
yeah.
saying, right, so this is the second point you've conceded on. So get down off your
No, that's
fucking
the
high
only point.
horse.
That's the only point. Wait. That's the only point I conceded on was NTT. You haven't even answered this question. You didn't understand.
You've
my thought
conceded
experiment.
on NTT and that you made a mistake in your rendition of how the text chat went down earlier. Yeah? So that's 2 points,
guess.
not
I mean,
one.
that's
Can
not
you count
conceding.
past
That's
one?
not a point. That's not a point. That's something that I didn't understand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Boss,
just answer the
give
Right,
me-
so climb
Just answer the
down a
question.
bit, right, and we'll
Stop
have a
pivoting,
discussion.
answer.
I'm not
Or you can
pivot.
stop
Do you know what
pivoting.
pivoting means?
It means you're trying to pivot
Okay,
from the
boss.
argument. You're not
Oh
answering the
my
question.
god, try saying the same thing twice without it.
Boss, hey,
This is fucking
Why
ridiculous.
don't you answer the
let's be.
question?
Boss,
All right,
hey, boss,
I'll say it again for you. I'll say
give
it
me
again.
5 minutes. No, dude,
Yeah,
just
have
give me
at him,
5
Sid.
minutes.
I'm already done with this guy. This
No,
is a
no.
waste of fucking time.
I'm not having at him. I'm just gonna try to
All right,
make him
so
realize
again, this is the second time I'm going to try. Imagine you were about to enter the world. You are currently behind a veil of ignorance. You are about to enter the world as a thing. You do not know what object you are. You could be any object in the world. You have no idea what you're going to be. So now design society. Philosophically speaking, the particles that constructed your being really could have gone to anything else in the universe just as easily. Knowing that you could be a brick, would it make you want to prevent bricks from being used in construction? If you were a brick, you wouldn't know anything or feel any pain. It shouldn't bother you at all. But would you mind being a chicken, a factory farm chicken?
Yes, I would. I would mind. I'm answering your question, right? I would mind being a factory farmed chicken, and that's why I don't buy or eat factory farmed chickens, dipshit.
Great. And with that being said, this is not about factory farm chickens in specific. It's about
even though it said factory farm chickens specifically. Of course, it's not about.
It's saying if you were to.
As an example,
It's not about the nutrition of. You're dodging the argument, SD. I thought I gave you.
I'm not dodging anything. You can pretend that I'm dodging it. You bring up factory farmed chicken.
Whether or not you eat.
Who said? I didn't say anything about nutrition. You dumb fuck.
I'm not asking.
Listen.
You said I don't eat factory farm chicken. I'm not asking whether or not you eat factory farm chicken. Okay, do you understand the argument?
Yes, I understand the argument. That's why I don't eat or buy or fund the existence of factory farmed chickens.
Would you be willing to take that risk behind the veil?
I already answered your question. I said no.
So you would not be willing. Why?
Sorry, can I step in real quick, Crow and SD? Please stop.
Fuck me.
First of all,
you're not answering the question.
I answered you 3 times with no. Don't tell me I'm not answering, you dishonest motherfucker.
You're talking about I don't eat factory farmed chickens. You don't understand.
I answered with no. How do you understand when you ask a yes or no question? I answer with no. You're telling me that's not an answer.
I said why. You haven't.
Fucking hell! Somebody else take over.
I said why. You haven't answered. And now you're conceding.
Crow, can you stop?
No, I'm not conceding anything.
So please. So you guys. I understand, like, you guys are very irritated with each other right now, but can you try to talk one at a time so that both of you can hear what each other is saying? Crow, you are coming in here a bit bad faith, so kind of tone it down.
Yeah, and Crow, I just wanted to make you realize the situation here. SD here is like the boss, so I don't know why he accepted your challenge, because usually he would have not.
It's because I thought that he was actually going to have an honest fucking discussion. That's why.
Yeah. But here's the thing: the arguments you're giving.
There's nothing in the rules again.
Hey, Crow. Let's just hear me out. The arguments that you're giving, I can counter them, and I'm the lowest tier debater in the bloody server.
Then go ahead.
So, no, I need permission from boss.
You can do it. You do what you want, so you don't need my position. Just go. It's not. He just calls me boss as a nickname.
So okay, you want an answer for the the behind while thing, right? Crow?
One more time.
You want me to answer the argument that you gave, the thought experiment you gave, right?
Yes.
Yes, the answer that I would give is yes, I would mind if I would become a chicken. I would not like that. What is your response to my no? Sorry, my yes.
It's just a test of moral consistency.
Okay, why do you think that it is morally inconsistent for me to want better for myself, because I know that a chicken is not as good as a human. I am born in Pakistan in a very shitty situation right now. I wish that I was born the fucking king of England, but I'm not. But I want to be if I was given the choice. Is that wrong?
So, what, can you rephrase the question again? It's just
No,
I
I'm
heard
not.
you, or you said you're from Pakistan.
No, no, I'm not asking you a question. I'm giving you an answer. It is not morally inconsistent for me to want better for myself.
I think it is because
That
of
is why.
negative utility.
Negative utility. Why do you think that it is negative utility?
Because you're supporting animal agriculture,
I am supporting animal agriculture,
which
but
in turn promotes
you.
negative utility.
Okay, here's the thing. Whenever you are trying to give the argument of utilitarianism, you possibly cannot make a universal argument, because utilitarianism does not work in universality. The
Which is
fact
the difference
of
between
the.
axioms.
Pardon?
So you're basically saying that there's just a difference in axioms, and the debate does go no farther.
No, no, no. I'm saying that it is illogical and inconsistent to utilize the argument of utilitarianism from a universal point of view. It is not possible.
So what would
If
be
you
your
are
what would be your universal like your axiom? What do you
my
what do you want in
axiom,
the world?
uti-
Like for me, example, right? Like I want to maximize well-being.
well-being
So what
of
do you
what?
want? Well-being of just well-being, just that
Well-being.
well-being.
That's the thing. You cannot say just well-being, because it is logically impossible. You have to specify a frame of work.
Sure. So I guess I want to maximize well-being for humans.
Humans.
Yeah, and
Chickens.
animals.
Chickens are good for humans. Now, we can have different arguments for what is good. For example, we all know that cigarettes are bad for your health. But as you can see, I am putting, well, you can't see, but uh, just take my word for it. I am putting a cigarette in my mouth right now, like this, and I lit it and I'm smoking it. I know that it is bad for my health, my physical health, but I also know that it is comparatively better for my mental health. I'm feeling relaxed and rather bit cool just giving you this argument, which might in turn have chemical reactions in my brain that give me more health boost because I am emotionally distraught these days. So having a little bit of boost of showing off might be better compared to the physical harm that it might give to
Okay.
my lungs. Okay.
Okay, I understand. Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
if you're on
sure.
an island, right?
If I'm what?
If you were on an island and
I'm on an island.
there was one young person, say
Mhm.
age 19, good
Okay.
health,
Uh-huh.
and there was an elderly person in bad health, and you had to kill one for food.
Sid, you're echoing back. Can you sort it
Just a
out like you
second.
did
Let me
last
fix
night?
that. Yeah.
Thank you.
What?
So what I'm asking is, if did you hear my question?
Yes, I did. But am I echoing?
Not anymore.
No, you're good now.
Yeah. Good. 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 Yeah. So you're saying that I'm on an island and I have to kill for food. Who would I kill? The old guy or the young guy? Uh, huh. I would actually kill the young one because I'm smart.
Okay, so do you think it'd be morally acceptable to have factory farms of young people, where we're killing young people and eating them for food?
No, I do not think that.
So can you agree that just because it may be morally acceptable in one instance to kill something for food, that it does not make it like overall morally acceptable?
you were giving me an exception that is outside of the society and then comparing it to something that is already manufactured in the society. Now, I do not personally agree with factory farming. I'm from Pakistan. Our farming systems are completely different. Uh, but if
I'm
you
just trying
are
to
to
figure out the
say,
differences between animals and humans. Like, what is the difference
oh,
to that
no,
allows us
oh,
to?
okay. Oh, so you want that? Because this is not the question that you should be asking if you want to understand that, because that would be going to a very different place. The question that you asked would go to the knowledge about what is the difference between factory farming and regular farming and what is the meaning behind that. If you want to understand what's the difference between animals and humans,
I'm
it
asking by
is
what
that
metric are humans superior?
we are us.
That
Humans are superior. No, no, no. It's not. If you're talking about why we should be able to eat animals, it has nothing to do with superiority.
I'm asking why are humans superior to animals, right?
Yeah, you're asking that, but that would not answer the question that you came with. I can answer why humans are superior, but that will give you nothing. The
How? I
reason
mean,
why,
can you?
yeah, I'm telling you beforehand, the answer of that question will bring no result. I can tell you why humans are superior, but it will bear no result for the question that you have in your mind, which is why is it all right for humans to eat animals? The answer is not in the superiority of humans. The answer is in the fact that we are humans and they are not. It is the
I'm
concept
trying
of
to. So I'm trying to figure out a justification as to why. And when I say we, I mean humans. Devalue animals to the extent that we mistreat them and kill them and eat them. I'm trying to. That's the answer I'm
okay,
trying to find.
okay. Mistreatment is a completely different question. Eating them is a different one. Mistreating animals,
We do all
nobody.
three, right?
You cut out or I cut out. Hello?
Sorry, I said we
Hello?
do all three, right?
We do what?
We do all three, right?
Yeah, but nobody is, besides the capitalists, besides the people who do things for profit, nobody agrees with the mistreatment of the animals that we eat.
There, so what is your stance then?
My stance in regards to eating the animals is they are not us, and whatever is not us, we use for our benefit.
So what feature do they have, right? Or what
They
feature?
are
Yeah,
not
what feature
humans, just that. The feature is that they are not us. They
right.
are
So
not humans.
eagles have better eyesight than us. Like so why what there has to
Doesn't
be a few like
matter. No, no, no. Eagles can have better eyesight. That they can be even fucking smarter than us. We could be living in a dimension where we are, fucking primates living in caves, and eagles have developed thumbs, and they are the, prime species of the planet. But morally speaking, it would be still okay for a monkey human to eat a human eagle because the human eagle is not the monkey human.
okay let's back up. So you said that we are superior because we are humans, or you said something along those lines. I don't want to like misrepresent
No,
you.
no. Take the superiority outside. We are not talking about superiority. It is not about superiority at all. It
Okay,
is all about the other. They are not us. We use everything for us.
there needs to be a metric.
What? No, there does not need to be a metric at all. Whatever is not us, we use for ourselves. That is true for any animal, or fish, or bird, or insect, or viruses, or bacteria, or fungi. Whatever is not us, we use. Did you catch my drift?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading something.
It has nothing to do with superiority. They are not us.
But that I mean, it's honestly just a disagreement within fundamental axioms then, because you seem to think like that animals are not moral agents, obviously, and we just use them because they are not us.
No,
It's really I mean,
yes, I'm exactly saying that. The morality in here is not of the. We are not debating whether or not animals are moral agents or not. We are not debating if they can or cannot feel pain. We are not debating how smart they are. The answer to the question is that they are not us, and whatever is not us, we use for ourselves. This is a natural fact. This is
but
the
you're
action
not
of
telling me why
nature.
you're not telling me why.
Because it is the natural reaction of any being, from viruses to bacteria to insects to birds to animals to mammals, reptiles, anything that is living. This is a common factor in all of them, that they use whatever is
Even if
not
we
their
see
own.
Okay, even if we see animals as having less moral worth than humans, this doesn't justify treating them as if they have no moral worth at all.
No, no, no. You're, I don't think that you're understanding the argument here. I am not questioning their moral worth at all. I am not.
Then how can you
That
justify
is
what you're saying?
the
Do you believe
justification
animals have
is
moral worth, even if it's less than humans?
they, yes, I do believe animals
So how
have
can
the
you justify killing them
ability.
for food?
They are not us. How else do I define it? Whatever is
And I'm
not
telling you that
us.
doesn't justify treating them as if they have no worth at all. Because what
No,
you're
no, no.
saying is that they
They,
are not us, meaning they have less moral worth than us, right?
no, no, no. They are not us. That means that they,
So,
we
so
use
you just
them.
said that they do have moral worth.
I said that they can have.
They can or they do have
They
moral
are
worth.
able to. I said
So
that they can
which
have.
ones do and which ones do not have moral worth?
That is a
Who
very
distinguishes this?
subjective
This is all
thing.
arbitrary, right?
Yes, that is arbitrary.
Which is why I brought you to the thought experiment, right? If you were about to
Yeah,
enter the world
that
behind
thought
a
ex-
veil, if you were behind a veil about to enter the world, and you said no, right? You wouldn't want to take that risk of being a chicken,
yes, that is because it would not be good for me.
right?
I
So
want
would you
things to
say
be
that?
good
Would you say
for.
that moral worth is equivalent to sentience?
No, I would not say that. I would not agree to that.
So you do not think that sentient beings have moral worth?
Moral worth is a require. Actually, no, it's not a requirement for sentience. It's not a requirement for sentience.
No, I'm asking you though.
Yeah, and I'm telling you that logically speaking, moral moral understanding is not a requirement for sentience.
I'm
There are
asking
four
you if
require
sentient beings have moral worth.
they can have it.
But so in which situation, in which instances would they not?
Exhibit A, a psychopath. Exhibit B, somebody who's just fucking evil.
So do you think that that's that person's fault,
That
or
is
were they
also a
predetermined
very
to act that way?
no, I'm not a predeterminist. So I would say that it's all up to the situation. The questions that you're asking from the point of view of certainty,
Right, because
whereas
because I'm
reality
trying to
has
figure, because if
nothing.
you're talking about sentience or pain, what justifies worth, moral worth,
Dude,
or
I'm
the
not
removal of
arguing.
moral worth to
I'm
kill it?
I'm not I'm not arguing from the point of view of moral worth at all. I'm saying that uh, justifying eating or not eating has nothing to do with the moral worth of anything. It has nothing to do with it. Whatever is not us, we use for our benefit. That is true for any living creature. And we are living creatures, therefore, it is also true for us. It is
It's
a
just a disagreement
basic.
between axioms.
How would you disagree to the two axioms that I presented?
No, I'm saying your fundamental axiomatic truths. It's just a difference between moral systems, I guess, between me and you. Because you're saying
Okay,
that
so
Oh
you're.
anything that
shit.
yeah, so that's why like you're saying that anything that isn't human is used by humans, right? So you have no
Yes.
regard for any other forms
Even
of life.
humans are used by humans.
So you would eat a human who is in a comatose state, right? By
No,
your
I
I'm
would
sure that
not.
there's people who have done that.
so by your logic, you'd eat a human who's in a comatose state.
Why are you saying
No.
that as if something's wrong with it?
I'm just asking.
No.
But is
The
there
answer
something
is
wrong with
no.
it?
I don't know. I'm
Is there
asking.
some?
There is.
I'm asking Sid.
What do you mean you don't know? Like, wait. You seem to know a lot about like moral axioms and truth. So what I'm trying to understand is like, how do we know that they're even there to give it some sort of moral, for morals to even be something in which we regard? Like,
How do we
okay,
know what's there?
how, you keep talking about like moral value, right? How am I supposed to know that there's any moral value there?
Where?
Sentience
What are you talking? Are you
obviously
talking
doesn't
about
do
like?
it.
Are you talking about someone who's in comatose state?
I'm talking about what you've been saying for the past 10 minutes.
How do I know that there's moral worth with animals?
You keep saying more worth, right? But how am I
Yeah,
supposed to know
because
that
they're
any of that's supposed to
sentient
be there?
beings. Because they're sentient
Sentience has
beings.
nothing
And
to do with more worth. We've already went through
oh,
that.
really? Oh, really? So
Yes.
so you're so you don't have any moral worth for any humans, right?
That how did you make that
No.
jump?
Because they're sentient.
Who
That's what you're.
cares?
That's what
Okay.
you're saying.
Hold on. So
Sentient.
no,
You have
stop
to.
saying that.
You're drawing an
Stop saying
arbitrary
that.
line to fit your argument.
No, I'm not. In
Yeah,
fact,
you
you
are.
keep using the word stop. You keep using the word moral value, or you keep using the word like moral regard. Like, how
No,
am
I
I
said moral
supposed to
worth.
know more worth? Whatever. Like, how am I supposed to know that any of that exists? How am I supposed to know what to give that? And sentience obviously doesn't cut it. You want to know why? Right? Because people can get in trouble, at least legally or even morally, destroying something that has zero sentience but overall benefit, right? So how am I supposed to know that sentience is what actually determines moral worth?
Well, how do people? Can you repeat that?
Let
So
me
for
just give me a moment, Patty.
oh my
Dude,
god,
you need to watch Star Trek if you are nerdy or whatever. I'm trying to tell you, moral worth is not a requirement for sentience. There are four requirements for sentience,
you said that
and moral
backwards.
worth is not and moral worth is not one of them.
How am I supposed to know that like moral worth exists? Sentience obviously doesn't cut it, right? Because I can have value towards something that's not sentient. I can have value towards my lamp. My lamp's not sentient, but I don't want to destroy my lamp. And I'd be really pissed off if anybody destroyed my lamp. I have some sort of moral value for that lamp. But why? I don't know why. You need to tell me because you keep using this word.
Yeah, I'd say I don't know what you mean by you have moral value for the lamp. I mean, you
I
weren't
don't know
were
what you
you
mean
born
because you don't know what it means.
well because okay, what do you think moral value is since you use that term? What is
I
moral
don't know.
value
What do
to
you
you?
think moral value is? You use the
You
word
just
first.
used that term.
Did you not bring this word up first? So what is moral
No.
value? Like you keep asking
Yeah,
people this question,
yeah, you're the
what
one who
is it?
said that.
Bruh. You keep asking people
Okay,
this
she backs
question.
up. She backs up. She
I
backs up.
backed up.
You tell us. No, I'll just back up for my sake,
Sid,
Patty.
I
Why
was gonna
don't
say
So
I
you
don't
tell
need
us?
you to argue
Sid,
with me.
no,
so are you saying
don't
that we're not
interrupt
born with,
people.
you're saying we're not born with morals, Patty?
Shit, I don't know. You tell me.
Because that lamp wasn't with you when you came out of the womb,
I
I
don't give a fuck.
suppose.
But
So how you
like
give that?
wait,
How do
now
you
you're
ascribe
telling
that
me
lamp
that
moral
morals are
worth?
inherent to people?
Neither was your
Well,
daddy,
morals
most
are
probably.
subjective.
Now you're telling me that like morals are inherent to people? Where'd you get that from?
Oh boy, he's
What are you
gonna fuck
talking
you, by
about?
the way.
This is hilarious.
Okay,
Do
Crow,
you think morals don't exist? It sounds like you don't
It,
believe
it,
morals
it is
exist.
hilarious. I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah, 100%. Well done.
I would. So you keep using Crow. I don't know if morals exist. You tell me. How do I know morals exist?
You're the one who keeps talking about moral value for your lamp, right?
Nigga,
So
no,
you obviously
no.
know.
You you keep saying moral. You keep saying moral
You
this,
literally just said
moral
that you
that.
give your lamp moral
You,
value.
Crow. You
It's
literally said
it's a
moral
difference. It's
this.
personal value.
Can you please? You've literally said moral this, moral that. Not only that, But when I've questioned you about this, you suddenly go into like a, hey, what do you mean? You don't think people are born with morals? You think morals exist
Because
simply
this
by
has nothing to do
existence?
with the argument.
Like
You're
you're
asking me
saying
what is
this,
morality
stop.
now. We're
You're
talking about
saying this,
veganism.
you're saying this, you're saying, well, I hate to break it to you, right? But arguments for veganism are based on moral arguments, right? It's not just utilitarian. It's not just, and by the way, saying things like, I value human existence, those are moral and ethical arguments. So guess what? We do have to discuss what morals are, where they come from, and if they even exist for us to move forward.
So, like, think about it like this: we don't condemn racism because all races are equal, right? They're not. No, all races are not equal, right? They
There's no
look
such thing
different.
as race.
They look different. They have different proportions, skin colors, eye shapes, different cultures. The whole point of racial justice is not to deny these differences, but to point
Okay.
out
And
they're
now I can
completely
just say,
irrelevant, right?
okay, guess what? I can
Determining
just
whether or
say
not
I
someone
don't care.
deserves life and freedom. It's
I
not
can just say that I don't care because there are people and societies out there that don't value these concepts. How do we know that morals exist or even
okay, great, and
exist?
that would mean that you don't really want to engage in the conversation then, because you're just coming into the conversation. You're just coming into the conversation saying you don't care. So
I
that means you just don't
literally,
really care about the
oh
No,
conversation.
no.
So you
man.
could leave.
Crow,
Yeah.
there are societies out there, for example, mine. In the Pakistani society, the concept of
So if we
race
don't have
does
any,
not exist. It actually
what I'm
does
saying
not
is, yeah,
exist.
okay, great, but we all have an equal moral worth, and that applies to differences in gender and social class and arguably
But how
species,
do
What
right?
I
is
know that? No, 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 no.
Okay,
Stop
so
saying,
do you have
how
no
do you
worth for?
know
Do you
that?
have no worth for? Do you have no worth
I
for
don't
any
know.
marginalized
How do
groups?
you know that how do I
I'm
know
asking
that I
you.
have
I'm
no
asking you. So
worth?
you must.
You,
That's an interpersonal problem
Crow,
then, because you just don't
you need
understand
to
yourself.
understand this.
You just don't
You
understand
need,
yourself.
that's, Crow,
You're
that's
asking
not
me
the
to
chart.
describe you. You're asking me to
I
describe you. You're
really
saying,
wish
how
I
do I
had
know
that
I have? You're
power.
saying, how do I know I
So,
have morals? I don't know
Crow,
how you have morals. You tell me.
Crow,
They're your morals.
Crow, bruh, you're the one who keeps bringing up this term.
You
I
literally
never
just
brought it.
asked me, how do I know
Are
that
you
I
gonna let
have
me talk?
morals?
Are you gonna let me talk? Like, do you actually want to have a conversation, or is this like,
Because now
I
you're
don't know
asking,
what's
because you're
what's this?
shifting the entire conversation from veganism to what is morality.
You keep
It's
You're
accusing
asking me what
people
is
of
veganism.
that, but
morality.
you're the one bringing up terms. Then when people
Because
start discussing,
when I
see, you've
start
just
talking about how
interrupted
we,
me.
because I don't care, because you guys have been interrupting me the whole
No,
time,
we
Wait, wait, wait,
haven't.
and you've
wait.
been shifting the
Now,
entire argument
No,
the
we haven't.
entire time.
No, we haven't.
I have
Crow.
3 people continuously butting in, shifting the argument to different points. Can we
No,
stick
you
to one?
We're not
don't.
shifting the argument. The issue is you're using a variety of terms that are seemingly meaningless until you can actually establish some sort of value in this conversation to these terms. Now you keep asking me, right? What you're essentially doing is you're making assumptions about my personal beliefs and access. And when I ask you a question, you go, oh, so you don't believe this and this exists? But what I'm trying to figure out is like, well, if they do exist, as you're asserting, how would I know? And you have asserted them because you've already given multiple examples, such as
No.
racism.
Yeah, no. So you basically are asking me to describe your fundamental axioms, which I
Nope.
cannot do. And that's literally what you've been asking me. You're asking me, how do I know I have morality? I don't know,
No,
right? So, like,
Crow.
why are you
She's
not engaging
asking
in the argument?
I'm
Crow.
asking you, Crow.
Yeah, what the
Are you
fuck,
asking
Yeah,
about
she's
dude?
my?
asking you. She's asking your point of view so we can have a discussion on your terms. We are basically giving you the fucking quote here, dude. Fuck me. She's
You
giving
can't you
you
can't say
the.
things like moral value and like you can't say things like moral value and like what you don't think that you're born, because when you say something like, well, you don't think that you're born with this and this, that makes me assume that you think we're born with this and this. So I'm trying to understand where you're coming from in this debate so that I can
So this
actually have
has
a
gone
conversation with
from like
you.
a conversation about veganism to a conversation about like
Is
our
veganism a moral
fundamental.
and ethical issue or just a food issue? What is it to you?
I mean, I think it could be both, right? It affects the environment, and I'm a
Oh,
utilitarian.
okay.
So
So if it's a moral and ethical issue, therefore we have to discuss morals and ethics, right?
yeah, sure.
Okay. So if we
Yeah,
have to
that
discuss more,
describes them.
stop, Sid. If
Okay,
we have to
okay.
discuss morals, if we have to discuss morals and ethics, then we have to discuss what those terms are, what they mean, and where both of us stand on their subjects. Agree?
Sure. I don't know what terms you're talking about, though.
Okay.
What
Well,
terms? Are you talking about just morality?
terms like moral value, or terms like, what was the word you used? You said moral what?
Worth.
Moral worth. Terms like moral worth, right? Terms like morality, right?
Yeah, I
And
guess it's just the value. I guess it's just the value we give essentially humans, but then also animals, right?
okay,
Or we
so
should
is
be
the
giving
value
animals.
that we give for those things universal or not?
I'd say it is. Well, let me think about that for a moment.
Okay.
What do you
Well,
mean by
say
is the value for the wait?
let's just go
Can
with
I
that
ask
first. No,
what?
it's okay. Let's just go with that first. Say they are
No, let's
universal.
let's go back. Let's go back
Okay.
because no. Okay, so what do you mean by that question? Can you rephrase that?
Are moral values universal amongst people or are they not? So we can say, are they objective or subjective?
Yeah, they are subjective.
Okay, if moral values and
Hmm.
considerations are subjective, right? And you were to assert to me something like, you don't believe morals exist or you don't believe this and that, right? I would have to ask you, well, how do I know? If I'm supposed to just have this knowledge, if I'm supposed to just feel this way, how would I know not only where they come from, but why I should
Mm,
feel this way? And
there's
if
a
I
lot of
just don't
societal
agree with you, hold
influence.
on, if I just don't agree with you, then there is no actual way for you to assert whether your view on this is more valid than the other.
So I
Because
understand
it's
what you're saying.
subjective.
Huh?
Because it's subjective. When you agreed that morals are subjective, you basically lost the whole thing.
No,
I'm
not
staying
really,
back
because
now.
No,
just
I don't
because
think
no,
that's the
not really,
case.
Sid. Yeah,
This is not a win lose debate. It's
yeah, I
just a
love how
conversation.
like yeah, Sid. I don't really like how you think like that. That's kind of hostile. But
Um, we asked
No,
for
no, no.
people's consent
I've
before we
I've
talked.
been
So,
I've been I've been in your position and I've had my
but for you to
arms
say
punctured.
for
That's
you
why
for
I
you to
know.
well for you to be like oh more like I don't know if you agree that morality is subjective, Sid. But if you were to agree with that, then you just use that as like basically like a cop out to justify immoral actions. Even if morality is subjective, there are still axiomatic truths which I believe like
well,
most
if
humans hold,
morality is
right? And those are
subjective,
wait,
you
wait, can I
can't.
please finish this thought?
Sure,
And
go
and
ahead.
these axiomatic truths are influenced by society, the way we interact with other people, what harms people, what doesn't. So that's what it comes down to, right? And so when we talk about veganism, we're gonna focus on okay, should we? Because I think we can agree we don't want to harm other people, right? Even if all of our moral compasses are different, we don't necessarily want to harm other people. So what I'm trying to convince all of you of is that the same should be said for animals, and that that's basically what I came in here trying to do.
Hey, big
There
guy,
are
I'll butt out after this one comment, right? I promise I won't say anything further after this one comment. Axioms are by definition without justification. Okay? Thank you.
also I can give you examples of societies that justify harming other humans and
Yeah,
give
and
valid
would you
reasons
say
for
that that
them.
is? Would you say that that is? What would you say that is? What would be your stance on that?
My stance on that is they
Yeah,
are
say
not
there's like a
my
tribe
beliefs.
that eats humans.
Yeah, that's not my tribe, so I don't like it because
So
it's
you're a bit
not
of an
mine.
egoist.
The reason why I do not like it is because it's not mine, because
That, that,
morality is
there's
subjective.
no. So here's the thing. I can't convince you of anything or talk to you about veganism because you seem to be, and I don't want to label you, but you seem to be more of like an egoist or nihilist, and it's just a difference in belief in systems.
What's a novelist?
A nihilist, you just don't regard, like, you don't regard human life
Oh
except
no
for
no
your own.
no! I'm a Muslim. I am not allowed to be a nihilist, so I would disagree on that. My point of view in all of that was we need to understand that value comes from within. We give values to things, and we decide what we give value to.
Right, and I'm asking, why do we give humans value and not animals value?
Because humans are a part of us. We have our identity. From our
But
identity no no no, just listen. I have my identity. Then when I expand my identity, it goes to my family. If I extend it further, it goes to my city or my surrounding or my extended family. When I extend it further, it goes to either my tribe, the people that are similar to me, or my city. There are a number of options there. We can extend it further and further. And as far as I would go, I would reduce the moral worth as I go further and further. At the point, we would go to the point where our identities are limited to our genus Homo sapiens, our species Homo
But
sapiens.
the term animal groups together like beings such as like like shrimps all the way up to chimpanzees, right? There's like a spectrum. And so like why is like while placing a wedge between chimpanzees and humans, although our relationship to that ape is much closer than the shrimp, why should we consider ourselves so different from other animals to the extent that they are ours to do with as we please?
It comes to identity. Humans
What do you
identify closer to chimps compared to shrimps. It has nothing to do with our biological makeup. It has everything to do with our identity. We identify closer to
Okay, perfect.
chimps.
So you're saying the metric by which we and I'm going to use the word superior. The metric by which we are superior is our identity, right? That's what you're saying.
Why would you use the word superior?
Well, because we're superior. We're killing them.
A tiger could kill me.
Yeah, but
That
we're superior to a
is
tiger.
no. That's why I'm saying the word that you're
Oh
using,
yeah. I see what you're saying. No,
superiority,
no. Yeah,
is
yeah. You're right. You're right.
it's invalid. It's
Yeah.
invalid.
I guess I would say what metric are we uh different? I guess because like what I'm trying to boil it down to is the only feasible
Identity.
answer. Okay, the only feasible answer is really intelligence, right?
No. Ide- I identify closer to boss than I identify closer to the guy who's living next to me because I
All right.
don't
Well,
give a fuck about the guy who's living next to me because I
but
don't know him.
identity is
But I know
arbitrary, right?
boss.
Identity is arbitrary.
Yes.
Humans make this, right?
Yes.
Yes. So should that be a consideration as to why, as or a justification as to why we should kill and eat animals for food? Because we arbitrarily identify ourselves, so we can do that, right? What about the fact that animals can feel more pain?
Why is it my concern?
Wait, sorry,
I'm going to eat them
unpack that.
anyways.
What do you mean more pain? More pain than what?
So basically, I'm gonna find it right here. Eagles.
Because what he's getting at
Oh,
is
sorry.
particularism, but I want you to unpack that point. What do you mean more pain? That's a contingent word,
Eagle.
right? So
I mean, I guess the fact that eagles have stronger eyesight than humans. Dogs are more sensitive to smell than we are, such that we can't imagine how vividly dogs can smell things, right? So does it not seem reasonable that, given that other
what's it got to do with
animals
pain?
are more sense-driven creatures that we are, that their capacity to feel pain far exceeds our own?
No, it doesn't. That's a total non sequitur.
No.
Oh, okay. So then, what would you say?
Why would you assume that because a dog, for example, has a better sense of smell, which I grant, than humans, why would it follow that they can feel more pain?
So you think that
It was a question, by the
although
way.
even wait, no. What was the question again? I'll answer your question.
Right, the question was that because dogs, for
Because you're being
example.
dishonest right here.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you a question. The
No,
question
because
is not.
you're smart enough to know this. You're
You are
smart enough to
getting
know
on my
this.
fucking nerves.
I don't care.
What?
I'm just
Well,
saying you're smart
I
enough to know
don't care,
this, and you're not.
because. Right, shut
Yeah,
up.
you're smart enough to know
Shut
Oh
this.
my
up.
god.
You shut up. You shut up.
No. I
Crow,
tell you
no.
No.
what.
Don't.
You
Oh,
shut
No.
yeah.
up. Right?
Oh,
Here's the
oh,
question.
oh.
I will unmute you in just a moment once I finish asking the question. You asked me to repeat it, so I'm repeating it. Why would it be the case that because a dog, for example, which was the one that you brought up, has a better sense of smell, which I grant, than a human, why would it follow that the dog can experience quote unquote more pain? I'm now unmuting you. You may answer the question at your leisure.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks for censoring me, by the way. But it's
Not a
basically
problem,
because
not a problem. I can censor you anytime you like.
you're not. You're being
Would
incredibly
you like to answer the
dishonest.
question?
Yeah, I'm answering it right now.
Good, good.
Can you shut your mouth and let me
Yes, I
finish?
can. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Does it not seem reasonable that, given that other animals are more sense-driven creatures than we are, their capacity to feel pain far exceeds our own?
I already answered that with a
No.
no. It does not follow.
Why?
It's a
It
non
makes no
sequitur.
biological sense.
Just because an animal
How does
has
it make no
better
sense?
sense of smell does not translate into they can experience more pain. Would you like to explain why you think it does?
Because there's a variety of animals that have senses that far exceed our own, so it can be reasonable to
You just
come to the
you're just
conclusion that they can experience more.
reasserting the claim.
Well, because you're just saying that a dog can smell better, and that does not mean that they can feel more pain.
I
So
said
it's
that I
kind of
don't
like
see
an
why it
argument of two negatives here,
follows
like
that they can experience more pain.
why it follows that they can experience more pain.
Yeah, I said I don't see why
How do
that
you connect
follows.
the
I'm just
dots?
saying it's reasonable to assume.
And I disagree.
No, it's not.
Okay, you can
No,
disagree.
wait a second. No. I'm not gonna let you away with just
Yeah, I
disagree.
mean, I'm trying to be
It's
polite
not
now.
reasonable. No. I'm not gonna be polite now. It's unreasonable to assume this. It's unreasonable to assume this.
How?
It's not biologically viable to make that assumption.
Then
Pain
explain.
is a completely different nerve. Pain is something that is completely dependent on nervous system. Has nothing to do with how you smell things, or how you hear things, or how you see things.
Would you agree that humans are, at least on average, the most intelligent species or most innovative species on the planet? Would you agree with that much?
Yeah, sure.
Right, so does it follow then that because we're good in that aspect that we can experience more pain?
More pain than what? Or than who?
Than a dog, because it's got
Dog.
a better sense of
Than the dog.
smell.
So I mean, I was arguing in the positive that animals could potentially feel more pain because they have
Yes,
senses that
because
far exceed our own.
they have one niche that they are very good at, which I am granting, right? Dogs have amazing sense of smell. Your argument is that they can, because of this, that they can feel more pain. So I'm asking, what about the aspects in which humans excel in terms of intelligence? Would it then follow from that humans can feel more pain?
Because just a second, Crow.
So you've
Just a
just
second.
tied yourself
It
up
would,
in
it would,
knots.
no, because it would be no. It would be an assumption. You're making the assumption,
I
which you
asked
just
you a
refuted.
question and you didn't answer.
Wait, no. Now you're making. I gave you way more credit than which you're worth, SD.
You
You're
reckon?
answering
You reckon you're the
you're
one
answering me with
humouring
an
me,
assumption.
right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool.
No
Yeah.
wonder why you got banned from AWAS.
Ah, yeah. No wonder.
Yeah.
No
Crow.
wonder. Because I can name the
Let me tell you
trait.
something. Crow, let me
Yeah,
tell you
name the
something,
trait
Crow.
then. You still haven't done it, bud.
Crow.
You conceded at the beginning.
One
I-
moment.
I concede because you're
Crow.
talking about
Dude.
multi-level name the trait.
Which,
level
ask
5.
yourself,
What are you
says
talking
is
about?
allowed under name the trait. So go and talk to your boyfriend about it.
So one moment,
The
Crow.
prions are
You
getting
got
to you, SD.
you've got one more time. You've got one more time to insult him. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm getting
myself.
bored with
Knock
this.
it
It's
off.
fucking stupid.
I don't care about your authoritarian rules. No one
Yeah,
cares.
neither
This
do
is a
we.
pitiful
So
Discord.
thank you very
How
much.
about some
Goodbye.
of you, wait,
See
how
you,
about
see
some
you
of you answer
later.
some questions? How about you
Goodbye.
answer some questions?
Goodbye. You're gone.
Dude.
Right, he's gone. He's banned
Oh,
because I'm tired of
man.
it. It's stupid.
Oh,